Okay, so we made it to Amsterdam, which is our next leg. We've only got a short time here, about 24 hours. We're gonna make the best of it. I am so exhausted, but we can't waste this time. We've got to get to the hotel, we've got to get out and see the city, because tomorrow we're flying out to Paris, all right? So, Amsterdam, here we come. Okay, so we finally made it to our next destination, Amsterdam. It is pumping. Okay, so we're gonna head back to the train station because there was a giant square there and there was a lot to see and do. We're gonna walk around for a couple hours, but we're not gonna do a lot of filming tonight. I'm exhausted and we've got tomorrow morning to walk around too, but let's see if we can't find some trouble. So I want to be careful where we film. I don't want to go down somewhere we're not supposed to go and then be filming, but this looks okay. Okay, so if we're walking on a street that has kids on it, then I'm sure it's okay to film. Okay, check out this square that I found. Okay, there's like a super Christmassy vibe here and I really, really like it. More so than I got in Denmark. To be honest, in Copenhagen, I was getting more of like a fisherman's village vibe. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I was expecting it to be more like that, like Santa Clausen, that sort of like old European Christmas culture. But this is very, very, very Christmassy. Let's go up and have a look at some of these trees. I get this really big touristy vibe, obviously, like walking around and you hear all these people speaking different European languages, and there's this big feeling that like everybody's coming and going and you don't know how long everyone's here. And the vibe I get is the vibe I used to get in Shanghai years ago, but that tourist scene died off a long time ago. It used to feel like this international hub, and I'm not talking about COVID. Like it started like, Shanghai started to lose this kind of vibe that I feel here in Amsterdam, like way back before, like in 2016. Okay, so I found another giant Christmas tree in a square after walking through an area where we are not allowed to film. Okay, good morning. We called it an early night last night just because I was feeling exhausted. Does it look like morning right now? No, but it's 8 in the morning. And we've got a few hours we can go around, see the city before we've got to head back to the airport for our next leg of the journey, and that's Paris. But for this morning, we're gonna go check out the palace, and then we're gonna go check out Anne Frank's house. So, let's check it out. Okay, so I guess we already visited the palace last night. That's it there behind me, right next to that tree. But okay, let's go over to Anne Frank's house then, which is a little bit of a walk, but that's why we got the Strava. I'm guessing that the work schedule, the work day, has to coincide with the daylight here because it does not feel like a Thursday morning. So let's go see if we can find Anne Frank's house. But I am starting to doubt if we're going to get any footage in this city in daylight, which would be a shame because it's such a beautiful city. But I don't know. Okay, so I guess one of those is Anne Frank's house. It's nothing special. All right, well, let's just head north and see what we can see. I know that area by the train station, by the docks, was really worth exploring. So let's go check that out. That's just north of here. All right, well, the sun is starting to come out and the city is starting to come alive. So we're gonna head down to the waterfront and see what kind of architecture or stuff we can find. Okay, so we're back by the train station. So we're gonna go walk in front of the train station and then we're gonna head east and then loop back down around and hopefully have done a full lap before we get back to the hotel. I already kind of wandered around the canals on the west side of Amsterdam. So let's wander around the east side of it now. So let's head over there. Okay, so that's gonna conclude our Amsterdam part of the trip. All in all, it's a beautiful city. Old European Dutch buildings, of course, well preserved, with lots and lots of canals throughout the city. Very clean, very civilized, safe city. I know it has this reputation because of all the things that are legal here, that it's this underground kind of seedy city, but that's not true at all. That part of the city is isolated to specific streets, and even then it's very, very safe. So if you're coming to Amsterdam, I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time here, so I can't be the tourist expert, but you can't go wrong just walking around, circling the city, because it's a beautiful city to look at. We have a long day ahead of us. On our next leg of the trip, we're headed to Paris. I am exhausted, but luckily we have a full day in Paris, and that video is going to be coming up very soon. We're almost at the end of our journey. We've almost made our goal of making it home for Christmas. I wanted to get one more shot of this square before we headed off to Paris, because I was walking back and the sun is out and it is beautiful. Amsterdam, you didn't disappoint. Stay tuned, because we're headed to Paris for our next leg.